Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching The Queen's Gambit, Season 1, Episode 2, Exchanges. Thank you so much, Natasha, for sponsoring this show. I was very much intrigued by the first episode. I'm assuming Beth will become at least like late teenager in this episode, and I'm excited to follow the rest of her journey, to see how she ended up where she did, but also the rest of the journey along the way. So yes, let's go.
I'm gonna memorize and play through them all in my mind.
Yeah, you don't need the drugs. Has he been told not to talk to her, or is he also upset with her? I mean, she's 9. It's not her fault.
You don't want to miss another delicious breakfast, do you?
How young was she supposed to be previously?
Elizabeth, that you turned 13 just last month.
Actually, I'm a bit... Yes, that's right. I'm 13.
Such a wonderful age.
She's 15, yeah.
Elizabeth has performed well.
Lying about their ages. Lying about her age. I mean, yes, I guess people don't take in older kids, but it's interesting that someone wants an older kid as well. It's a strange place. I think it would be so terrifying to go, you know, that's the only home she's known for 6 years, with strange people that you don't know what they're like. You don't know what they're actually going to be like to live with.
We're so glad to have an older child.
Very different from anything she's lived before, at least recently. But he's already in his chair with his newspaper. Men. This man does not seem to want a child.
The master bed.
It's crazy, they've only had one conversation with her. I mean, adopting is a wonderful thing to do if you have the right intentions behind it.
You have no idea how.
There's a lock on the door. It is lovely.
Home sweet home.
It's still terrifying.
Up half my commission. You're a terrible driver anyway.
This is not a happy home, but the woman seems kind.
You have a child?
We did, yes.
Oh Lord. That could explain some of the issues in this marriage beyond just sexism and the patriarchy. So is she replacing the child they lost? I can definitely now be more understanding to, I mean, it's still, there's no reason to treat the child badly, but while the Mr. Wheatley, or whatever his name is, might be a bit more like, I don't want anything to do with this because we can't replace the kid we lost or whatever, but there's no excuse to actually be horrible to your child that you just adopted. She's gonna be in a class with kids 2 years younger than her, isn't she? This is not something she's done in a very, very long time either.
Another fucking brain.
You will find your place, and if it's not school, that's fine. You do not need to be friends with bitchy people.
Is there a school chess club?
What?
That's the first thing she says.
Here, at the school.
Didn't she ever change clothes?
Does she have any other clothes? I mean, she's got pajamas thanks to you.
I don't think he likes me very much.
Quite the opposite. Adopting you was actually his idea. He's right, though. You could use some new clothes.
She could, for her own sake. I guess these people are trying. She barely left the walls of that orphanage since she was 9. Not the trendy clothes, but...
You look lovely.
No,
The
not
shoes are
really.
a little big.
Room to grow, dear. Room to grow. Let's look for coats.
15, I don't think her feet are going to grow much more.
Yes, this will do nicely.
Now, are they hard on money, or is she only choosing the cheap sale clothes?
Aren't we gonna look at...
Don't be caught spying on them, that's not going to help anything. It's just a whole new world, and it's awful that it is. She was so sheltered by people that gave her drugs. Chess review. There's a whole world out there. Yeah.
Now, if you don't use a lot, you want to buy that one because it does go bad. But this is the best.
She's gonna
value
steal
for
it.
the money.
She's already learning to bend the rules. She's just openly reading it as well.
That's the last of the instant coffee.
So maybe they are a bit hard on
Shopping, but
money.
Just don't know where.
I'd like to make some money.
Oh, to buy clothes with, I suspect.
Buy a chess set.
200 chess tournaments.
The only girls of your age who work are colored.
Jesus Christ.
Dear Mr.
Jesus
Sharple,
Christ.
there's a chess tournament.
She's learnt to be resourceful. The orphanage taught her that.
I have a proclivity for viruses, or they for me.
She's just
Here,
probably a very depressed
I need
woman.
you to fill this prescription for
Oh
my
no.
tranquility medicine.
Yep. Oh fuck. Why do they only fill them half full? Yep. God, it's been years and yet she still feels the pull. Because she remembers. This isn't healthy, Beth. You're a brilliant chess player without tranquilizers.
Excuse you, Harmon.
Fuck you, Margaret.
Beth, this came.
The tournament goes until Sunday.
I love that, I mean, she's kind of, I think she arrived here, she took stock of what things were like. It's clearly a very unhappy household because of the loss of the child, however old the child was. She is miserable and depressed, and, you know, his comment about, I'll have a bit if there are any left, she's clearly taking alcohol and prescribed drugs to try and deal with her depression. He is throwing himself into work and never being home. Adopting a child isn't going to fix all your issues. Beth is making the best of things however she can.
I'm sure.
We don't have a women's section.
Yeah, she doesn't need one.
I'll put you.
It's been a while since she played with a real board, but she's got this. When you find the thing that calls to you, you go for it.
Good luck.
You too?
If you touch it, you have to move it somewhere.
And she's explaining it to her while the clock's on her side, which is, you know, nice.
Yes, I won.
That was fast.
Yes, she told you, she's
What do I
good.
do with this?
Poor other girl, but the other girl could be a good
Drop it in the
friend.
basket.
She beat you. This is gonna be her happy place, but potentially also a place that makes her want to keep doing drugs. This is where the big games are played. Dudley Dursley.
Who are they?
I love this.
Let's check.
That's our girl. Just she could be as brilliant at chess without the tranquilizers and everything.
How'd you do at your thing?
I won 4 games.
That's nice. Good for you.
This poor woman. No one in her life is helping her.
Towns, the guy you're playing now, is underrated. He plays first board for the university team, and last month he came in 5th in Las Vegas.
Well, he's about to get his mind blown. I mean, she will eventually hit someone that she, even with her genuine brilliance, won't be able to beat because of random luck or
It's in
because
Las Vegas.
US Open.
you will learn so much about this world, sweetheart. Because she's brilliant, but she's also relatively untrained. Like, she has the natural brilliance. Eventually, she will be able to hit someone that she can't currently surpass, but then she'll just figure out how to beat them and she'll keep getting better. I mean, he's enjoying playing her, which is nice. Bit of a challenge for once. Regardless, she's made him work for this. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Harmon, you're humiliating my rook.
You won't have to suffer much longer.
I love her so much. That's our girl. Natural talent.
How old
She's
are you?
found a place.
Never mind. You really are something. You know that?
She is. Oh, has she never had a period before? Mm-hmm.
To get back.
Oh, sure.
You could have a friend
Beth.
here, Beth.
Beat him, will you?
I'll try.
She may be slightly off her game if she's experiencing a bad period. Is it a distracting tactic to try and delay her? Surrounded by beer
I started
cans.
menstruating.
Can you give her any advice or
I
help?
need pads. Something.
Just go up to my room to the top drawer of my chiffonier and...
Thank you.
This isn't how you're going to end up if you don't stop using those pills.
It seems Mr. Wheatley has been indefinitely detained in the Southwest.
Is he like divorcing or just never coming back?
I believe I can learn to be a mother.
I hope so, for Beth's sake. And for yours. Right, so they're not getting actually divorced. Is that because, like, it kind of wasn't the dumb thing to do?
I'll show you how.
Close your
She's doing remarkably well given everything she's been through and the lack of support she's ever had. Disrespect by showing up late, thinking you can just do this easily. Very fast-paced chess. You can do this, Beth. You can do this. You're better than this bitch. This is the biggest struggle she's ever had. It's okay. You're especially hormonal right now.
I'll be right back.
Emotions are a bitch during periods. You can, even without the drugs. Beth is back. She's good. I wish she wasn't on pills, but she's good. I mean, I have to believe she's going to win here, but even the fact that she's rattled him is huge, and she got to this match is huge.
Son of a bitch.
I think that's it.
No, I can get out of this.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe, if you'd gotten here on time.
Oh my god! Admit defeat, sir. You were cocky and stupid.
You see it now?
Oh my god.
Or should we finish this on the board?
I love her so much. Yeah. She is a prodigy, a genius, a mastermind.
You won this.
I want to open a bank account. But you have to go with me. Because I need a parent or a guardian.
I just didn't have the faintest idea that people made money playing chess.
There's tournaments with much bigger prizes than that.
Yeah.
How much bigger?
You're gonna use her to make money.
Thousands of dollars.
But I mean, it'll make Beth happy, so.
So
It's also
can
gonna
we
put
get
pressure on her to
into
win. All the books she wants, and a chessboard, and a fancy one at that. And an outfit she actually likes.
Even if you only won second or third prize, there would still be a profit.
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I think she will, but this is also putting a lot of pressure on young shoulders.
I have every confidence.
She's not a money-making exploit. She's your daughter. Okay, so this episode was great. I mean, it's such a mixed blessing in a lot of ways, because yes, it's great she got adopted, she has a family, she's kind of getting to experience a bit more of normal life younger than like at 18 or whatever, being kicked out of the home and being like, go figure out life yourself. I have no idea what they actually do with the girls when they reach 18 or whatever, but it was into a very clearly unhappy home, and then you learnt the reason for that being that they had lost a child, and it's not quite it's not quite clear whether they lost that child like miscarriage or whether they lost that child at the age of 13 and that's why they wanted a 13-year-old. But regardless, bringing a kid to try and, in general, a kid is never going to magically fix things. If your relationship isn't happy and then you decide let's have a child to fix things, it's not going to magically fix things. I almost feel like the husband was always planning on just cutting and running because he couldn't deal with it anymore, and so he wanted a companion for his wife, or so that he could do it without feeling guilty. Men. And obviously it wasn't a particularly good environment for Beth. Like, being adopted could have been the best thing ever for Beth. It could have given her a stable home. It could have given her love and support and a sense that she was, you know, chosen by somebody and that they love her. And instead, she was kind of both like neglected, but given everything she could need while also being given nothing. Having access to the same pills that she once was addicted to, and you know, she still is addicted to them. Addiction doesn't go away even if you are forced to, even if you manage to withdraw and get sober. It's still a constant lifelong battle with staying clean, whether it happened when you were a kid and it's not really your fault or not. I'm not currently blaming Beth, I don't know if I ever will, for her problems with the pills, but it's just like, oh, you're so brilliant, you could be fine without them. And maybe if she'd gone into a family that wasn't you trying to use her as a stopgap to stop the bleeding of their, none of those words make sense together. And it was hard to kind of watch the woman fall apart while at the same time being like, you've chosen to bring a child into this. It was kind of nice, that moment when she was like, I may not be your wife anymore, but I can learn to be a mother. I did like that, because I think that was before she even knew she was going to get money out of Beth. That kind of gave you hope that maybe the two of them could forge something wonderful. But what concerns me is ultimately now their relationship has become, yes, you can have whatever you want if you make me money in the chess tournaments, which I worry about a little bit, because there's a part of that where, like, we know Beth wants to play as much chess as she can. She will play all the chess. She will go to every tournament. But what will happen if she does just make a mistake one day, or she's feeling actually too ill that day, or, you know, the opponent just happens to be better than her? Because even the best people at any sport, in a game, in any kind of world, you can still have a bad day, or the person in front of you can just get really lucky and think, oh my god, how have they forgotten that if I just do this I can win? You know, even Beth will fail at some point, because it's inevitable. I hope it doesn't happen, because this is a TV show, but everyone eventually fails. And I worry about what would happen if, you know, they've kind of staked everything on this trip, and then what would the reaction be from the mother, Mrs. Wheatley, if she does fail? And similarly, how will Beth cope with it when she eventually does? I mean, we saw in this episode, when she felt like she couldn't go on anymore, she had to take herself away and take a breather. Now that is totally fine and healthy, to just get out of the situation, center yourself, be like, you can do this, and go back. But she also took the pills, and it concerns me. But hopefully this will be a good thing for Beth, because she's found her place in the world. She's found where she fits in. She's found people that both accept her and respect her. School is never going to be great for her. I mean, kids are cruel. American high schools seem particularly so. Like, the teachers even seem to, like, enforce the hierarchy. It's weird. I've only known that from TV shows, admittedly. But Beth has found a place where she can shine, and it's so unfortunate. Like, the high school that was near the girls' home had a chess club, and the high school she ended up at didn't. But because that would have at least found her some, maybe friends, or maybe just all the boys would have hated her. But regardless, she's found a place in the world, and she's seen that she can still do it. And even though she turns up and she doesn't know what a chess clock is used for, and she doesn't know what a grandmaster is, and she doesn't know what the open is, and she doesn't know anything, her innate ability to understand chess, and so why she can just go good at maths and science and things, she is a girl in STEM. But she's fantastic, and I really, really love her. And I'm just, given that we started with seeing her before what seemed like a huge match, maybe was that going to be the match where she'd become a master? I don't know. But we saw her, you know, going to play that huge match against a very important guy with the press outside. You know, it's a big deal. And she's waking up in a bathtub, hungover, seemingly, like, needing her pills. Like, it was very concerning. And so you go into this knowing that it's not going to be, at least to begin with, if at all, a story of her overcoming this. It's going to be kind of getting to rock bottom while also getting to the top at the same time, which is a lot. But Beth in general, I love her attitude, the way that she's just like, yeah, I can play chess. It's not hard. I'm just going to go beat that guy. And she's just so confident, and it's very refreshing, especially kind of amongst the 1960s patriarchy-ness that's going on around her. It's very, very nice to see. Obviously, she's still carrying, part of why I will never blame Beth for her addiction to drugs is because in general, you can't blame addicts. Like, I think when someone is addicted and they're acting in a bad way. You can kind of, you can't be like, oh, you poor dearest, and you have to like be stern or whatever. But like in general, addiction is a disease. And when you look at someone like Beth in particular, how she became addicted is not her fault even a little bit. And even if it had been, yeah, but in Beth's case, it's not even a little bit her fault. And she's a child whose parents split up. Clearly something wasn't good there. Then her mother was not doing well, potentially addicted, and then drove them into another car and was like, close your eyes. So she did it intentionally. There's a lot of trauma there even before she went to this strange place that should not be raising any children, that's raising all these girls in this home. And now that she ended up in another dysfunctional family, it is no wonder Beth does not have the healthiest coping mechanisms. It just also breaks your heart. Thank you so much, Natasha, for sponsoring the show. I have loved the first 2 episodes, and thank you for watching.